Hi everybody, welcome back to another one of my video. My name's Steph. Hi, welcome back. If you know me already, if you don't, then maybe think about subscribing and all that jazz down below. Today I'm going to show you how to make some very easy buttercream to go in the middle of your sponges, on top of your cupcakes, etc. Very simple. So all we need is butter. You need butter and you need icing sugar, some milk and some vanilla essence. If you're going to make a vanilla flavoured butter icing, if you want to make a chocolate butter icing, you can add cocoa powder, okay, and whatever other flavour you might decide you fancy. But this is just going to be a plain vanilla butter icing to go in the middle of just normal sponges, okay? Yeah, it's cool. Right, first things first, you're going to need a bowl, okay, and you're going to need your butter. But I have a whole packet of butter here, okay. This is a 250 gram thing of butter, okay. Put that in the bowl without making a mess. Right, get rid of the wrapper. Right, oh god, I'm such a messy bitch. I won't even shut bloody door and shut. Right, so there's the butter in me bowl, okay. You're gonna need now gonna need a measuring thing to put your vanilla in, because you don't want it overly vanilla, if that makes sense. It doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. Right, next we're gonna put a icing sugar in. Right, so we need icing sugar and you need your vanilla. I have forgot to get milk out of the fridge, and we're going to get milk. Right, a lot of people when they make butter icing, right, they tend to use water, right. Butter icing or buttercream is much better if you use milk, okay. So don't use water, use milk, it's much nicer. All right, right, next I'm gonna get a fork and I'm just going to soften your butter a little bit. All right, now if your butter's a little bit on the hard side, you can always stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Don't put it in there too long so it melts, just so it's sort of more creamy. Give it a good beat up with your fork. All right, and it goes sort of a bit more creamy, okay. I've got that all on my top now. Right, next things first, we're gonna add a bit of milk, just a little bit. You don't need to put in a lot, because I need to add a little bit of time. So I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon to start off with, okay. Probably will have to add some more, but start off with a little bit. You can always add some, right? When you're doing butter icing, you can always add some more milk, but you can't take it away, you know. So give it a bit of a beat up again, makes it go a bit more eek. Right, now we're going to add our icing powder. Now I am just going to judge this, all right. I would say you probably need to, oh, look at that. I love icing sugar, it does it. It just goes poof. Anyway, I would say about a cup of icing sugar, okay, to a block of butter, okay. I'm going to give it a bit of a mix up without making too much mess, hopefully. But then you know what I'm like. Most of you do. Oh dear. Right, I'm not a professional baker, as you probably already guessed, but I do like cooking, right? And I think cooking should be fun. You know, don't take it too seriously. Have a bit of fun with it, you know. Yeah. If you want to watch a professional do it, then don't watch me. Right, I've got it all over me, that's what I mean. I am really messy. Right, I'm going to give it a bit of a taste, because I think you can tell it's too buttery. You need to put some more icing sugar in it. Not bad, but it does need a bit more icing. So I'm going to put a bit more icing sugar in. I'd say you can judge, but you shouldn't just taste the butter, you should be able to taste the sugar, right? And it should be a reasonably thick consistency. You don't want it too runny, especially if you're going to pipe with it. I mean, I'm not going to pipe with mine, but if you're going to pipe with it, it needs to be a reasonable consistency, right? And if you don't put enough icing sugar, what happens then, if you're piping with it, the butter melts. So you end up with it being really runny and it not piping properly. So if you are piping with your buttercream, make sure you do put more icing in it, alright, icing sugar in it. Make sure it's more icing sugar than it is butter, okay, because otherwise it won't form very well. If it gets hot, it will melt. Okay, so less butter, more icing sugar if you are piping it. Right, and it should sort of, I mean, mine's quite a nice thickish density, even though I'm not piping with it. I'm going to give it another. It's not bad. I'm going to put some vanilla in it now. I'm going to put in, this is a ½ teaspoon, which is plenty, vanilla extracts, okay? Alright, so half of one of them into your butter icing. If you're not making normal butter icing, so I keep cutting my head off, making normal butter icing, then you don't need to put vanilla in. But I must admit, I do like vanilla butter icing in sort of plain sponge cakes. Give it a bit of a stir. You can use the electric whisk, but if your butter's soft enough, you should need one. So if you're going to make butter icing, leave your butter icing out so it goes soft. Right, if you haven't, then you probably have to use the electric whisk. Right, you end up with this, okay, and it tastes delicious. Okay, like I said though, if you are going to make it, if you are going to pipe it, make sure you use more icing sugar than butter. So and that is your butter icing. Then you can decide where you're going to put it in your cake, which is what I'm doing. I have made a lovely sponge cake, which I'm going to put jam and butter icing in the middle. Okay, it tastes delicious. Give it a try. Butter icing can be very versatile. You can make chocolate butter icing by just adding cocoa, like I said. You know, experiment with it. You can make caramel one by adding a toffee flavour to it. So have fun with your butter icing. Great for cupcakes. Have fun, and I'll see you again soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye, people. Boy, 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 boy. Later.